Hi, I'm Lulu and welcome to Lulu's Way. I'm really glad you're here. Well, it's Tuesday, September 2nd, and this is the day that I'm leaving. So the whole van is packed. I have been very busy the past few days getting everything in order, getting everything I need, getting all my clothes packed in the packing cubes, getting them all stacked, bringing everything that I need, sorting out my cargo box to be sure I have everything I need, and what can fit, what can't fit. I can only take so much, And then I shined my windshield in and out so it's all nice and clean. And my cooler's packed with food. I did some prep cooking yesterday, got some things packed. I got my lunch all ready for later. And it's yellow zucchini squash, broccoli, turkey breast, and white sweet potato with some avocado oil and salt and pepper. And I'm going to have that sit on the dashboard in the sun, and it will be ready for me at noon. And I don't really have far to go for my first stop. My first stop is in Scranton, Pennsylvania. And I will be stopping there, meeting up with a subscriber of mine who I've met at a couple of meetups. She's a lovely woman, and she's been very, very helpful to me, offering me help with some of the tech stuff that I needed to learn for various things about my channel and my meetups, and she has just been an absolute blessing to me. And I'm going to meet her Thursday morning. It's about 5 hours from here, and I have 2 full days to do it. I have a whole itinerary of stops that I'm making along the way. There's 5 stops I'm making. I'm leaving here on September 2nd, and I will be at Luanne's in the Phoenix area on the 26th. And I could be there in 5 days. I could just drive, eat, and sleep my whole way to the Phoenix area, and I could be there in 5 days. But that's not how I want to travel. So I'm leaving myself 24 days. So I'm leaving myself more than 3 weeks to get there. And that's for the stops I want to make. And as I planned each stop, I did so very carefully. I don't want to plan each stop so okay, I'm going to leave here at this time. How long will it take me to get there? So now I'll make the plans with this person just at that time. No, I leave myself a big leeway. I want to take it easy. I want to only drive if I feel like it. I want to be able to stop for a shower and not be pressed for time. I want to stop and enjoy my meals. I don't want to be wolfing down my food. I want to be able to cook. I want to be able to, stop for my Zoom calls. I do a lot of things on Zoom, and I want to stop, and I don't want to be looking at the clock and thinking, oh, I wonder if I'm going to get there in time because I told this person I was going to meet at this time. No, I've given myself plenty of time. So I've given myself 2 full days to drive 5 hours. Now, I could easily drive 5 hours in a day. That's not even a lot. Right now, it's about 10 o'clock. I'll do an hour before lunch. I'll have my lunch, and then I want to find a place to go for a walk. Today's walk day. And so wherever I stop for lunch, I will just put it in Google and say, where is there walking trails near me? And I will find a place to go for a nice long walk. And I just see these are the things, I want to fit these things in. I don't want to rush. I don't want to rush. When I wake up in the morning, I don't want to rush. I don't want to get up and rush for anything. When I'm having my meals, I don't want to rush. When I'm driving, I don't want to be looking at the clock to see if I'm going to get there on time. Because I have tons of time. When you have time, just why put yourself up against the wall, So here I go. I couldn't be more excited right now. I just woke my son up. He wants me to wake him up to say goodbye. So we just had a big, nice, long hug. And, I'm in touch with him all the time, and we do Zoom calls and FaceTime calls. And I had a nice, long goodbye with the cat because I did make the decision that when and if it's her time to go, and it's before I get home at Christmas, I'm not going to fly home for that. When my son and Brittany take her to the vet if it's time to put her down, I want to be zoomed in, and I want to kind of be there by Zoom for the event. But I've just said my goodbyes to the cat. I've just hugged her and held her, and we had a long conversation. Well, I should say I had a long conversation. And, you know, I just told her she has just been nothing but pure joy for 18 years. She has just been the best cat. She is just so easygoing, so good-natured. She doesn't have any aggression. She's just a love bug. And she's not much of a cuddler, so if she's not like, if I have her, if I pick her up and stuff, she's kind of always looking to get down. Like if it's not her idea to come and jump on my lap, and I take her and put her on my lap, she's out. She leaves. So, you know, I just don't see flying home for that. So at first I thought that I would, not so much to be there for that event, but to be there for my son, because him and the cat are just like, they're tight. They're really tight. And it's going to be a big loss for him. And I think this will be like the first real loss that he has felt as an adult. And I thought like I would need to be here for him. But, you know, I need to give him a little bit more credit than that. You know, I mean, losing people and pets that you love is part of life. And we all deal with it, and we all can deal with it. As hard as it is, we all can deal with it. So, and we all do deal with it. So, you know, I will clearly be available to him anytime as he's going through his grief. And I will grieve as well. It will be a very sad thing for me, but I have a very accepting relationship with death. It just feels like it's just kind of just the way it goes. You know, it's just the way it goes. So anyway, my son and I also talked about Thanksgiving. I don't think I'll rush home for Thanksgiving. I don't think I will. My meetup in Quartzsite will end with enough time for me to make it home for Thanksgiving, if I decide to come home for Thanksgiving. I'm kind of thinking I want to just stay south and not drive home. Unless I feel some kind of homesickness and I want to come home, then I will. But I'm kind of thinking now, and I won't know until it's actually, my meetup is over and I'm actually in that position. I start the van, where am I going? And am I heading to Boston, or am I heading east and staying south? Maybe exploring New Mexico a bit, going into Texas, maybe going back to those beaches, maybe having a meetup on those beaches again. I could do that. But my son was just like, yeah, you know, you don't need to come home for Thanksgiving. We can do Thanksgiving by Zoom. So we figured that we'd all do a dinner. Like I would treat them all to a takeout, their favorite takeout meal, some kind of fancy Italian food that they love that costs a fortune. And then when they're eating and I'm eating, we'll just get on Zoom and we'll just all have dinner together. And but I won't do that for Christmas. For Christmas, I will come home. And if I do decide to stay south, then I am going to find an airport. I'll go to Houston Airport, park my van, and fly home for a few days for Christmas, fly back to my van. So that's what I'm thinking I'm going to do. But I won't know until the time comes. I might just decide to come home if I want to. But I got to really think about everything. I got to think about all that time on the road coming home, and then I'll be turning around shortly thereafter and heading down to Florida. Although I don't mind the travel, I really don't. It's part of the fun. In fact, somebody wrote to me and said, you know, I was thinking about coming to the meetup in Quartzsite, but I'm coming from New England too, and I've just never traveled that far, and I'm not sure about it. And I totally get that, because the first time I went to Arizona, I was like 42 hours to get to Arizona. And I'm like, what am I, nuts? That just seems like so. And then I thought to myself, I'm just going to enjoy the journey. So, and I had no focus on the destination. My total focus was on the journey. And this is what I suggested to her. If you focus on the journey, you'll just enjoy the journey there. instead of always thinking about getting there. How many more miles do I got? How many more hours do I have? Where am I now? How far can I make it today? You know, if you have time, take the time. When I drove to Arizona, I took 2 weeks to get there. And you know, it was a pleasure. I have all videos of my trip to Arizona, and I had this on my journey down there. I have one that says day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, all the way to day 14. Those were each of my days on my journey to Arizona. I'll put the link to day 1 in the description, and perhaps if you watch that, the other ones will come up for you, or you can search them. It wasn't this past fall, so it wasn't the fall of 2024. It was the fall of 2023. So if you go back in my videos, and you'll see them all, and then after day 14 begins all my videos of my trip through Arizona with Luanne, and we had a really good time, and we saw a lot of really great, beautiful things. And I'm looking forward to doing that again, but this time it will be Utah. So I'm very excited. I'm very, very grateful for this lifestyle that I almost feel like it found me, like I didn't find it. It found me, like it just kind of dumped on my lap via YouTube. And I was just really intrigued with it. And I just kept watching and learning and watching and learning. And I just pulled the plug and did it myself. And it turns out that I just absolutely love it. I love it. And to be pulling out of my driveway right now, and to know that other than flying home for Christmas and flying back, I might not pull up in this driveway again until next May, because I'll spend the winter in Florida. I have plans in Florida. I got 3 meetups all booked in Florida. I haven't announced them yet. That's coming very, very soon. I'm going to open registration for that very, very soon. But, you know, people that I meet, friends and family that vacation down there for short periods of time throughout the winter, I always get together with them, and that's all been discussed. And so I got lots of things to do, and lots of things planned, and I may not be home until May. And I have some ideas for May when I get home that are kind of swirling around in my mind. And it's really nice to have options. It's really nice to have my health. I really pay attention to my health, and I you know, part of it's just a gift, I guess. And a lot of it, I believe, is my contributions to my health. So I'm just, I'm very grateful that I feel good, and I'm really excited about life, and I'm excited about this trip. So I am going to turn the key. Here I go. It feels really interesting to be pulling out of this driveway, thinking that I may not pull in again until May. It's a long time. September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. That's 9 months. So here I go. Bye, house. I love you. So here I am in Connecticut, and it is a beautiful, beautiful, perfect day. It's not hot, it's not cold, it's sunny, and it's just perfect. Beautiful first day. So I'm kind of laughing right now because I am an hour and 45 minutes from my house, and I've had a full day. When I tell you I take it slow, I take it slow. I had a wonderful drive, and then I stopped and got gas, and then I stopped and had lunch, and then I had a really nice walk for a couple of miles. Then I got sleepy and pulled over and had a nap. 2 hours. I slept hard. I mean, really hard. Oh, it just felt so good. I must have needed it, so I got it. So when I pulled over and had lunch, I found a park that had a hiking trails. So I figured I would pull in there and have lunch, and then I'd already be at the spot that I wanted to get a walk in today. So I did that. Then when it was time for my nap, I just took the next exit that looked like it had some activity, and I needed a shady spot. So I just kind of looked for shade. I didn't want to sleep in the hot sun. And I found a parking space at a medical building. People going in and out for appointments. There was probably, a dentist in there, and, just like a medical professional building. Had a nice spot right in there, right in the shade, conked out. And now I pulled over to have dinner because it's 4:30, so it's time to make my dinner. It takes me a while to get that salad together. And I am in a Wendy's parking lot because, again, I was driving down the road. I just pulled off an exit. I'm probably about 20 minutes from where I took a nap. And then I was like, I gotta pull over and make my dinner. So I saw a Wendy's and I saw shade. So pulled right in here. So I'll just make my dinner here, enjoy my dinner here. And I have a place to sleep all picked out right down the street. But I'm also going to have my book study club meeting tonight. So I look forward to that. And even though I typically don't struggle with internet very much unless I'm really remote, I'm going to plug in my new Starlink just to make sure I have a super duper connection and have my book study. The book that we are studying now is called The Yamas and the Niyamas, Exploring Yoga's Ethical Practice. And we take it section by section and we study it a week at a time. Who do I study this with? My subscribers, people that I met here that wanted to join me on my spiritual journey. So I'm really happy about that. So we've been meeting for about a little over 2 years, and it's on Tuesday nights at 6 p.m. Eastern. And if you want information about that and you'd like to join us, go in the description of this video, scroll all the way down until you see Lulu's Way Facebook groups, and you'll see the one that says Lulu's Way Book Study Club. Click on that, ask to join, and you'll get all the details about how to log in with us on Tuesday nights at 6 p.m. and talk about really cool things. So tonight, the conversation is going to be on non-excess, taming our overindulgences. So that should be a really great meeting. And just everybody takes a turn contributing their thoughts to the readings. And it's a great way to spend some time on a Tuesday night for me.